Oh, okay. So, tell me what you were doing before Year Up, how you heard about the program, and why you decided to join.
So before Year Up, I was actually a full-time mom. I was at home with my child all day. I actually heard about Year Up because I went back to work in the Salesforce building. I worked on the cafe on the 27th floor as a cashier. And I don't know, you guys might know them. Stephanie, I cannot pronounce her last name. And she's actually the one that told me about the program. I was just telling her, like, I want to go back to school, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. I have my baby, and I have to manage 3 things if I want to go back to school: work, school, and my child. Mm-hmm. So she was like, why don't you go to Year Up? And I was like, what is that? And she was like, just look it up. I'll give you the website. You can look it up. And I was reading about it, and I was like, I don't know. So I went to the information session with So, and So was amazing. He did such a great job at the information session. But I was like, I don't know. They're going to pay me to go to school? Really? That's not true. So I kind of was like skeptical about it. And then I asked my old teacher, who's actually an ex-lawyer, to do my reference letter. And he was like, are you sure, Angie? I don't know. Is this true? Let me do my research. So he did. He was like, well, it seems legit. So, here's your reference letter. And here you go. And I got accepted. So that's basically my path towards Year Up.
And how's it been going for you?
It's been going great. It's been going really, really good.
So, you started in the Salesforce building.
Yes.
Why do you want to work in tech? Why do you potentially want to go back to the Salesforce building in a different capacity?
I have always liked tech. I've always been kind of tech savvy. Every time we had kind of like a problem with our network at home or any little thing like that with the computer, my mom was always like, go fix it. And I would kind of play around with it a little bit, but I would always get it at the end of the day. So it's kind of fun knowing how to do things that people don't normally know how to do, because there's no one in my family that's really techie. And then seeing in the Salesforce building, they have the tech bars on the 27th floor as well. And I got to know their team very well. And they used to let me play around with their kind of things, teach me a few things. So I was like, I can really see myself in this kind of tech environment and helping other people. I really love to help people, so I felt like I'd be a good fit.
Great.
So you talked about kind of foreseeing some challenges and wanting to go back to school, and then you came across Year Up and was like, this is not real. And now that you're here, what is your biggest challenge or growth area that you've experienced during learning and development?
My biggest growth area has definitely been time management. Just managing my deliverables, as well as managing time to spend with my daughter. But I feel like this program has helped me a lot with my time management, and I've been writing everything down and kind of giving myself little time slots for which I can do things. So I will spend time with my daughter because she has a bedtime, and then right as soon as she goes to bed, it's time for deliverables. So I'll kind of space things out like that, or throughout the day when I get home, I'll do my housework, and then I'll spend time with my baby, deliverables. So I kind of have like a set schedule, which has allowed me to progress that skill and definitely turn it into, I think it's almost there, it's becoming a strength, but that was definitely a growth area I have.
Awesome. Well, that was going to be my next question, was what did you do to overcome that challenge? And you already answered that, so that's great. Is there something specifically that you would want to add to that as you're thinking about venturing into internship to kind of tighten your time management?
What I would want to add to my time management skills? In what sense? Like in the sense of?
So maybe something that you would like to do more of, or
Okay.
like maybe one additional piece that you wanted to figure out. So something to kind of like strengthen this. It sounds like you have a good system in place right now and it's been working well for you, and is there something additional that you would want to do?
Additional.
Yeah.
I would want to find a slot for time for myself somewhere in there. I think it could happen, but I just really need to kind of have, I guess, be a little stricter with my time, which is all, I think practice makes perfect. So the more I kind of play around with my schedule, the better that I can format it to the way that I want it to be. And include other things as well. I like to travel and I like to take my baby different places and kind of discover new places as well. So it would be great to get that in. Also to try and, expand my knowledge on tech. And I still want to go back to school after internship, so.
Awesome. Well, I hope you can find some time for yourself.
Thank you.
So you want to become a project coordinator, correct?
Correct.
So what makes you a strong candidate for that position?
I believe that what makes me a strong candidate is my ability to communicate effectively with different various people. So obviously if you're working project coordination, you're going to be on the team. And I work very well with others. I can communicate what I need or what I need help with, or I can also extend my help to other people. And I feel like my retail background and my experience in customer service has definitely helped me grow in those skills. I'm also a leader. I like to take on big tasks, and I kind of like to lead a team. And I don't lead just by telling people what to do, but I lead by example. So I like to show how the right way to do things, and I also like to help, and I like to extend my hand out to those people who need it. So I feel like it would be a good place for me.
Nice.
Communication is so important
Yes.
for project coordination, and you're definitely right on when you talk about working with lots of different people. So in that vein, imagine you are working in a project coordination internship and you've got a team of, say, 10, and I am your manager and I ask you to figure out a way that we can schedule and run a weekly 15-minute meeting for all of the people on our team to come check in, update each other on projects and progress. How would you do that? How would you set that up?
I would definitely use Outlook. So I would send out a meeting request to all 10 people on my team, as well as my manager. And depending on whether they wanted to be included on the meeting or not, or just want to know when they're going to take place, I would CC my manager on those meetings and just kind of make them a recurring meeting.
Definitely. How would you ensure that that was a time that was good for everyone on the team?
I could also as well make a Google Forms and send out what best times work for everybody on my team. Or I like to just kind of go ahead for myself and just kind of ask everybody what's a good time for you, what day, what time, and kind of all come into agreement. Or I would probably set up a meeting and ask what a good time for everybody is to come weekly so we can kind of come to terms on everything.
Great. A lot of different strategies. I like that. It's hard coordinating people sometimes.
Yes, it is.
What is one hard skill that you learned during L&D that you believe will positively impact your internship experience?
One hard skill. Definitely Excel. I didn't have a lot of experience with Excel before Year Up, but I definitely have gained a lot of knowledge in Excel, and I have a very clear understanding of how it works. So that would definitely be a hard skill that I would take into my internship with me, as well as a lot more knowledge with Word and just Microsoft Office in general, as well as Outlook. I know that's a big thing as well in the corporate setting. So a lot of hard skills that I'll take with me.
So Europe is a very structured environment, and you're about to move on to internship, which is far less structured. You'll have a lot of downtime. Your schedule will pretty much be all over the place. So what's your plan to ensure that you are successful in that environment?
Basically do what I've been doing for my time outside of Europe, kind of make myself a schedule for what I need to get done at work, big things that need to be done right away, that can be followed by things that maybe are not as urgent but do still need to get done, and kind of format it in that sense. I know, Abby, you talked about in one of your classes that you kind of have like things to do every day that you do for yourself, and I think that would be like a great strategy for me to use every day when I'm at work. So it's definitely what I would do.
I have a question for you, and it's it's not on the question bank, so I'm gonna give you the option to say like, yes, you give me that question, or no, that's not fair. Do you wanna hear it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I've had you in class a couple of times, and I've rarely heard your voice. But just based on this interaction and also just your previous response, I can tell that you're paying attention, and I can tell that you're excited and you're motivated.
Yes.
And I'm seeing a side of you in this interview that I had not seen before. Moving into internship, how are you going to make sure that your voice is heard in meetings or in teams or in groups so that people know what you're good at and they know your strengths?
I will definitely showcase those strengths. I will definitely speak up a lot more. I just, in my epic eval, Jackie had told me that it's best to, sometimes she feels that I speak and I don't let myself listen to others before I do so. So I've been trying to practice kind of on that, is just listening more before I actually speak and analyzing what people have to say. So that was a part of feedback. So I am a lot more vocal. But she also said that she doesn't want me to be quiet, and I have a really strong personality. So I do know what I want, and I'm determined to speak the things that are on my mind. So she said just be mindful of those things, because people that don't know me might take them the wrong way. So I've been kind of practicing that kind of balance, yeah. So that's what you're experiencing, is me trying to get a balance on those things.
I appreciate your honesty. Thank you. Maybe one more, or should we go to the tech task? It's 2:40.
I think we can do one more, yeah.
Okay, so speaking of really working for what it is that you want, right? What is a career goal that you've set for yourself? And what are some actions or steps that you've taken to get there?
I actually want to go into the medical field. That is my other career goal. You're probably thinking, like, why are you here? I would love to use Europe as a stepping stone. It's also, the medical field is becoming filled with a lot of technology. So this experience and the knowledge that I will come away with internship and also obtaining a job after internship will only help me to be better at my job when I am in the medical field, because I won't need that extra kind of help from somebody else to tell me how to use the medical equipment. I'll kind of already have an understanding of that. So it'll only be used as my benefit, but that's definitely one of my long-term career goals, as well as short-term career goals is to obtain a job in the tech field. I don't know, you never know. Life is full of surprises. Maybe I like it so much that I want to stay in the tech field and go back to school for something, for a degree in tech. So.
Cool. Are you ready for your tech task?
Hi.